Patty. I am Jeffrey's evaluator today, and he is doing a module presentation at the Toastmasters educational program, and the time of his speech today will be 8 to 10 minutes.
Thank you very much. Our first speaker is Jeffrey Purtee, and he is going to, as Mike let us know, a Toastmaster education program. And it's from the module, the Club Success Series. It's a group of Toastmasters educational model designed to enhance your enjoyment of Toastmasters experience. As you will soon learn, there is a more to the educational program than you may realize. So, presenting the Toastmasters educational program, please join me in welcoming Jeffrey Purtee.
Almost all new Toastmasters learn about the Competent Communication book, the first 10 speeches in our program. It's what most people think about as the Toastmasters program, learning how to speak effectively in public. Fewer Toastmasters, but in this club everybody, learns about the Competent Leadership book. That is your first leadership manual. It is part of the leadership track to the 2-track Toastmasters educational program. But there is far more to the Toastmasters educational program than just those 2 manuals. And that is what I'm going to discuss today and share with you so you all leave here with an understanding and an appreciation, and yes, dare I say it, I think I dare because I'm the speaker, a love of the Toastmasters educational program. You have a handout in front of you, and this is actually not part of the what we sometimes refer to as CAN Toastmasters educational program, part of the Club Success series. This is something I discovered myself. It is developed by, if you can believe this, a Toastmaster in Sri Lanka at one of the Sri Lankan clubs, and it is called a Pocket Guide to Distinguished Toastmaster. By the way, you'll see on the other side of this page, they have a link to the website. They have a bunch of pocket guides out there. It's really fascinating stuff, so I recommend you going and accessing that if you're curious. But I love this handout because in one page, double-sided, you essentially have the entire Toastmasters educational program outlined for you. We are going to flip over to what I call the back side, which is the side that doesn't have a pocket guide to DTM. So it's the other side that says Toastmasters International Distinguished Toastmaster. Even though this is called a pocket guide to DTM, it's actually a perfect outline of the entire educational program. You'll notice one thing right away. There are 2 tracks. There is the communication track. That's the one we think of as Toastmasters. We're giving speeches. We're giving presentations like this one. We are talking. That's my favorite track because I like to talk. But we also have the leadership track that is just as important in the Toastmasters program. That is the Competent Leadership Manual that you have. And in fact, for all of you that have roles today, I invite you to pull out your Competent Leadership Manual that I know you brought with you and hand it to someone next to you to get your role evaluated. The great thing about the Competent Leadership Manual is that with the exception of just a few roles, if you just bring that CL manual to you every meeting and have your role evaluated, before you know it, in just a few months, you are nearly done with that manual. Then we have some extra roles that we assign you. We assign you to be a mentor to somebody. We assign you to run a club contest, and boom, you're a CL. Many of us in this room today are CLs just by bringing that manual every day. So that's the item number 1 I want to start on the leadership side. Bring your Competent Leadership Manual to the meeting with you and get it evaluated. As you can see, as you work your way up this area, the requirements get more and more strict. Let's focus for a minute on the communication track. It's the easiest one to understand. When you finish your CC book, you are what? A competent communicator. You finished 10 speeches, quite an accomplishment. Does anybody want to guess what percentage of starting Toastmasters actually finish all 10 speeches of their CC book? Any guesses?
30%.
That's close. Patty, anybody?
45.
Our newest member hit it almost exactly on par. Depending on the year, it's between 40 and 45% of all new members. So even finishing your competent communication book is quite an accomplishment. You've given 10 speeches in front of an audience. So you should be proud. And in this club, we make sure you're proud. We present you an award. We make you come up here and say a few words. We do a dance for you. We have a cheer. Hey, hey, no. We could have a cheer if we wanted to. So, it is quite an accomplishment. Anybody want to guess how many new members finished the Competent Leadership book? Anybody?
30%.
Much better. It's actually less than 25%. What's amazing is we've had some members come from other clubs and they never even discussed it. They've been a member for a year. Specifically, Eileen Huff. She joined this club about 2 years ago. She's since had to leave, but she'd been a member of the Utah club for 18 months and never even heard of the Competent Leadership book. So in some clubs, it's never even brought up. We follow the whole educational program. So again, if you finish both, which almost everybody in this club, if you hang with us for a year or so, you're going to finish both of them. You've made quite an accomplishment, something that most Toastmasters, the majority, do not do. So let's move our way up the competent communication track, the communication track. The next level is Advanced Communicator Bronze. That's a pretty easy one to remember. You just give 10 speeches from what are referred to as advanced manuals. We have a speaker today who's going to finish her 10th speech. She gets to choose her new 2 manuals, advanced manual, and we'll be working through those manuals. 5 speeches in each advanced manual. That's it, your Advanced Leader Bronze. Continuing up to Advanced Leader Silver, again, 10 more speeches, but you get some additional requirements. As you can see from Advanced Communicator Silver, you also have to conduct any 2 programs, similar to one I'm conducting right now, from the Better Speaker Series or the Successful Club Series. So 10 more speeches plus 2 what we refer to as canned programs. And I'm going to say a little word about canned programs in a minute. And then Advanced Communicator Gold, 10 more speeches, 2 more programs from different canned modules. Coached a new member for the first 3 speech projects, and you are an Advanced Communicator Gold. Now, as you can see, you can probably do a quick calc. 10 speeches per, that's a minimum of 40 speeches. Once you get to the top 2 levels, you have 2 canned presentations, so that's plus 4 canned presentations. You've done a lot of speaking to get to Advanced Communicator Gold. It's quite an accomplishment to try to make Distinguished Toastmaster, which is the highest educational award. By the way, we have several members in this club who are on the DTM track. We're not there yet. We have not yet produced our first DTM, but we are going to produce that first DTM this year. I'm currently in a race with Tracy to see if I've done all the speeches, but I need some leadership stuff. She's done all the leadership stuff. She needs a few more speeches. One of us is going to get there first. So it's a lot of fun. That's the communication track. On the leadership track, it's a little more complicated because you do the CL and there is no gold level. There is simply the Advanced Leader Bronze and the Advanced Leader Silver. There is something important to understand about the leadership track. Whereas the communication track is kind of balanced, every level gets a little harder. It's really unbalanced on the leadership side because it takes you a while to get through your competent leadership book. But once you've done that, if you're a club officer, boy, you can knock off an Advanced Leader Bronze every 6 months if you want to get an award. Let's look at that Advanced Leader Bronze. You essentially have to have finished your CC and CL, Competent Leader. You have to serve 6 months as an officer. You participate in the club success plan, which every officer in this club does. That's automatic. You participate in officer training, again, pretty easy stuff. And then you just have to conduct 2 programs. Really, just by being an officer in this club, you're going to do all these things, except for conducting the 2 programs. And you can earn the ALB. That's why I say it's the easiest one to get. And then, to get your Advanced Leader Silver, this is the killer. This is what most people are waiting on. This is what I am waiting on. Because you have to found or coach or mentor a club. You have to do a high-performance district leadership. Most important, you have to spend a full year as a district officer. Most of us do that with an area governor. Tracy has been an area governor. I just completed area governor. I tried to talk a couple of people in this room into being area governors this year, but they declined the offer. I'm not going to name any names, but their initials are Tom and Patty. But that's the toughie. Most people on the way to Distinguished Toastmaster bogged down, as I am currently bogged down, on the Advanced Leader Silver. The only thing I'm waiting for is an opportunity to coach or mentor or found a club, but those don't come on all that often. If you finish all of these, you may earn the most coveted educational award we offer, the Distinguished Toastmaster. Does anybody want to guess what percentage of Toastmasters earn the Distinguished Toastmaster Award?
Those
Pardon?
two
Two people have done it in the whole no.
2%.
That's a very good guess. See, you should all be ashamed. Our newest members are getting very close on this stuff. The actual numbers are, in the entire history of Toastmasters, there have been 4 million members. There are fewer than 13,000 in that entire history that have earned the Distinguished Toastmaster Award. That is under 1/2 of 1%. It's about 0.3%. It is a rare, rare achievement, and one worth pointing towards. And if you hang with the club, we'll make sure you get all the things you need, and you too can proudly call yourself Distinguished Toastmaster. Madam Toastmaster.